Ladies and gents, folks of the YouTube, welcome back. If you happen to be new, please subscribe while you're here. So yeah, today I wanted to make a little bit of a video. It's my day off, and I've been working on some of my personal projects. And I dug out the ATC500r out of storage. So if you've been following my channel for a while, this thing I bought about a year ago. The chassis is a 1985 250R, the front end is a 200X, and the motor is a 1990, I think, or 91 CR500. And if you're familiar with CR500 engines in three-wheelers, basically there's two ways that you can do it. You can modify the top of the frame or the bottom of the frame. The bottom of the frame, I believe, is more work, but it works better. This one I did not build. I bought it this way. It's pretty hacked together. They did the top of the frame. My issues with it aren't necessarily the engine, how it's set up. It's just everything else. The subframe, the welds are garbage, the swing arm. And yeah, I really haven't looked at it in about 8 months. So I pulled it out of storage today, and I figured I'd make a little video, and we'll do a walk around. And I'm gonna start making a list of stuff that we need to do to correct everything that's wrong. I've already started to assemble or hoard some parts for it, and I pulled out the subframe today that I got as well. But I have a couple other parts in storage that might work as well. So yeah, let's take a look at it. Well, I was going to start talking about the three-wheeler, but the dogs decided to go crazy. So are you guys done? You guys got all your exercise out? All right, back to the three-wheeler. So, like I was saying, chassis, front end, engine, it's kind of a cobbled mess. The dude or whoever built this, maybe a lady, I don't know, they didn't know how to weld, and you could definitely tell. So the grab bar is welded onto the swing arm, or the subframe, I mean. Everything's spray painted. Here's a regulator rectifier that is just still attached. Reservoir just bolted on randomly. Oh yeah, the rear shock setup. Holy cow. Who did that? I don't know. The chain, super tight. We got a little rust going on the axle there. Let's get to the best part though. This is awesome. Who does that? Like, seriously. I honestly, this is such shitty weld that I think that I could probably, with a chisel and a grinder, I could probably get that stuff out. And they spray painted the engine, like, just nastiness. My initial plan was I figured I would split the cases and just go through this thing bottom to top. And that's still what we might do. Like I was saying, I could probably get this stuff off. But they also welded the shifter on there. I don't know if we can get the zoom in. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is just great. So yeah, like I was saying, this thing's been in storage for like 8 months or something. We got the cobwebs going on big time. Plastics, gonna need to get a set of those. But I've been brainstorming on this thing, and what I'd like to do, maybe they're not done running around. What I'd like to do is, this I got off of a CBR 600. I was thinking that it would be pretty awesome to do a setup like that with this. I'm not sure if it's going to work because these subframes are solid, but I got to do something with this. So I don't know if I'm going to just try to cut this stuff off and then clean it up, or I could just go through and do big time cutting, put mounts in on the top and the bottom, and make the aluminum swing or subframe work. That was one of my ideas. A big thing is I haven't found a swing arm yet, and I need a new swing arm because this setup is just, this thing is just a piece of crap, kind of. I could probably make it work, I guess, if I start cutting this stuff apart, and that might be a thing as well. I'm not sure. I want to do a little bit more homework on the angularity, and we're going to put this back to normal setup with a dog bone. But yeah, we got our work cut out for ourselves here. Oh, another thing, look at this pipe. She's a beaut, huh? Look at that pipe. Holy cow. Just hammered. What do you think, Thor? Yeah, tongue's hanging out. I don't think I have the fuel line or anything attached on this. Hopefully I don't get bit by a spider. Oh, fuel line, yep, she popped off. So yeah, let's get a closer look at the carnage in here. This top motor mount, oh my God. So yeah, we're gonna have to redo that and make a real mount for up there. The problem, one of the problems with sticking the CR500 in a 250R is dirt bikes kick backwards, as in this way, and three-wheelers kick forward. So running normal plastic setup on it is kind of tough. We'll just call the guy that I bought it off of Jerry. So Jerry over here, he he came up with this setup, and it's kind of neat. I'll give him that. It's kind of neat, and I'm guessing there was methamphetamines involved, but that's not going to fly for me, so we're going to have to come up with something different. And these plastics, the plastics that are on here, I think these are for like a Z400 or a Raptor or something else, because these are not Honda setup. I can't remember what had that funky seat from the early 2000s, but it was one of those. But yeah, the ATC500 is gonna need some work. If you got any suggestions, let me know in the old comments. I'm thinking that the best thing to do is just strip it all down and kind of start from scratch. And when I say start from scratch, I mean, like, you know, kind of redesign what they did here. The good thing is, you know, the chassis is there, but the bad thing is everything kind of needs gone through, so we're going to do that. In the meantime, I've been looking for just a regular 250R to add to my collection as well, you know, like a rider type deal. So I've actually ridden this thing, by the way, too, and honestly, it kind of sucks because it vibrates so much, but it's fast as shit. All right, guys, that is a little update on the old ATC500R. I have a lot of thinking to do about this bike and parts hunting, and we're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do. But like I was saying, I think that the best thing is to make all new mounts for it, strip it down to the chassis, reinforce everything. We'll do fresh powder coat and go from there. An inverted front end would be awesome on this thing as well. I'm not married to the 200X front end. It's a cool front end. It works well, but I don't know, you know. And realistically, I don't know how much I'm gonna ride it. Like I was saying, the 500 vibrates so much that a built 250, I think, is a much better setup. The 500's cool, and that's why we're doing it and all that fun stuff, but for honest rideability wise, the 250 with a built motor is definitely a better setup. But we're gonna have fun with the old 500, and who knows, maybe with enough work we can make it really rideable. If you have one or if you've built one, please leave some comments and let me know what you guys did. You know, that's always a great way to learn, is from other people's experience. So yeah, as always, thanks for tuning in. If you happen to be new, please subscribe while you're here, and we'll see you on the next one.